Go for it.
Alright, y'all. How y'all doing, man? First, let me say happy Black History Month to everybody, man. I just want to give you an update on my situation because I know they are not giving my friends and family the Zoom password to see what's going on with me here in court in Bullitt County, Kentucky. So I want to be the kind of the voice and let y'all know what's going on because technically that's illegal. Court's supposed to be public. Y'all supposed to have access, but for some reason, Bullitt County is doing any and everything they want to as far as me and my cases. But I do want to give y'all some updates. I do got some good news. I want to let y'all know that case, as far as with Julia, of course, that was 21-F-00763. That case has been dismissed. And then the case with Julia's auntie, which was 21-M-007, what was that, 637. That has been dismissed too. So I wanted to give you an update on that. The cases that I do got left is the 21-CR-00290 and then the 21-CR-00291, which is in Judge Porter's courtroom. The first two cases I named to y'all with Julie and Auntie was in Judge Porter's courtroom, and that stuff has been dismissed, but the one in Judge Barris's courtrooms are still going on. Unfortunately, what's going on in Judge Barris's courtroom is a little unconstitutional. I'm a little upset. There's either a prejudice or some type of situation going on. I don't want to necessarily call it racist yet, even though I do feel like that's what it is. But there's a situation going on where he's still trying to play this card if I'm competent to withstand trial or not. The crazy thing about that is I had got sent to KCPC, which is a mental hospital, back in December to be evaluated. But I wasn't sent there by him. I was sent there by Judge Porter. And since I've been back from that hospital, of course, you know, I passed my test and did everything I was supposed to do there. But since I've been back, the two cases that I had in Judge Porter, I got to speak and represent myself, and those cases did get dismissed. But for some reason, Judge Barris is not really allowing me to do what I got to do in his courtroom to get the cases that I have left with him dismissed, which is the violation of a Kentucky EPO, DVO, and intimidating a participant in the legal process. With these cases, I want to let y'all know I'm 100% confident that I can get them dismissed if Judge Barris, does what he has to do. The bottom line is people stand in Judge Barris's courtroom all the time and they admit that they're guilty, and they have to go to jail with them admitting that they're guilty. So I don't see why it's so hard for Judge Barris and his clerks and the people in his courtroom to admit that they're guilty. They're not facing any jail time, but they are guilty of manifestation. That's the way I pronounce it. I'm not sure how everybody else pronounces it, but it's MALFEASANCE. That's a word, you look it up, and that's what they're guilty of, because what has happened with these cases that I have in Judge Barris's courtroom, they have confused me with somebody else, and they have confused the information with somebody else's case, and they have me in this courtroom as Kendrick Lamar, and they have me facing the accuser is some girl by the name of Jasmine Knight, which I don't know a Jasmine Knight. I keep trying to make that clear. I made Judge Barris aware of the situation back in October when this stuff got sent to the grand jury, but for some reason he has yet to clear this matter up, which is utterly ridiculous. That's what you make IDs for. That's what Social Security numbers is for. And on top of that, Jasmine Knight has not been to one court date, and I've been to at least 6 or 7 court dates in Judge Barris's courtroom. And this girl, Jasmine Knight, hasn't showed up, nor has the offended, which is an officer by the name of D. Karan. He has not been to court either. So I'm not understanding why this case with this violation of a Kentucky EVO, DVO is still going on, or the intimidating a participant in the legal process, or the situation with the possession of a handgun. It's very simple. Officers wear body cam footages. If there was, some officer that's alleging that I was in possession of a handgun, it's simple. You go to the body cam footage. I never possessed a handgun. I came out my house with my hands up. I think most of y'all seen it. I was on, social media during that whole situation. Never did I possess a gun, but they tried to stick possession of a gun charge on me that day when I came out, and then they waited 18 days later to stick a possession of a gun charge on me. So those are the two cases that I got left in Judge Burris's courtroom here in Bullitt County: possession of a gun charge, and then they combined the violation of a Kentucky EVO and intimidating a participant in a legal process together. But like I said, these things should be dismissed. As soon as I get to, speak, I did get to speak this past, which was yesterday. I got to speak yesterday, this past court day, and I did a real good job. But once again, they not allowing y'all to see it, which is illegal. Y'all should be allowed to access the Zoom password. Bullitt County Clerk's office should give y'all access to that, but they're not doing that. But y'all see, I did speak up. I made things clear, but Judge Burris just keeps trying to make excuses not to throw this case out. I found it very sad that the state of Kentucky is going through the situation, with the tornadoes, and there was courthouses and stuff like that was hit. The justice system is clearly suffering from money. But you got judges like Judge Burris who wants to play around with this case at grand jury status, as far as me. When it should have been thrown out the first time it was presented in the courtroom, it should have been thrown out. Case full of lies. I'm not Kendrick Lamar Wilson, and the accuser has not came to court not one time. So the case needs to be thrown out. But I do want y'all to know I do have a good strategy and a good game plan to beat it. I bonded out back on this case back in November, but they made up a lie that I didn't sign my bonding papers. Then they said I did sign my bonding papers, but I didn't sign the originals. Then they sent the money back to my family, and it's just a whole mess. I find it weird that we paid, the $7,000, $2,000 for one case, $5,000 for another case, 1 minute apart, exact same papers. The $2,000 bond went through, but the $5,000 bond that I'm still being held on right now in Judge Burris's courtroom for the violation of Kentucky EVO, DVO, and intimidating a participant in the legal process in the possession of a handgun, which has been combined. That's a $5,000 bond. They're still holding me for that, and they sent that money back to my family, claiming that I didn't sign the bond papers. But then they kept the $2,000 bond for Judge Porter's courtroom, which was for the terrorist threatening misdemeanor, and said that bond went through, which makes no sense. But I just want to give y'all an update as far as my situation in Indiana. Don't believe the lies that y'all heard. Indiana, only interest in me in Indiana is if I get found guilty over here in Kentucky for anything. Indiana will, because I was on probation over there, I had 21 days left, I believe, on my probation. Because I was on probation over there, they would have to, look into the situation of what happened here in Kentucky. So they're just monitoring the situation. There is a hold on me for me to go to Indiana, but that's for what you call a revocation hearing, which you go before the judge, you basically explain your situation and what happened and why you got arrested, and then they're going to check in to see if you've been found guilty of anything, which I haven't. I know there's a lot of people on the internet that spreading lies and rumors about this and that, but don't believe those people. They're getting parts and pieces from former prosecutors here in Louisville, Kentucky, crooked former prosecutors, I would say, and crooked attorneys who all hate me for different reasons, but at the end of the day, they're spreading rumors and lies to these people with low IQs and these people who claim to be my enemies. So they'll hop on YouTube, and then they would just, do away with a little bit of facts and then a whole lot of lies. And then at the end of the day, they have people believing that I'm getting this and I'm getting that. Bottom line is, as far as my situation, God's working out a miracle. I'm doing a good job in the courtroom. It's just I am in a county that has a history for racism, has a history for not treating people right. And I will go as far as saying this. It's not just black people. Bullitt County are messing over all types of people in the courtroom, black and white, Indian, all types of people I've seen in this courtroom as I sit back and monitor other people's cases when I'm in court. It's almost like they don't practice law here. They practice taking advantage of your IQ. My IQ is not low at all, so at the end of the day, I think Bullitt County knows that. But they're trying their best to speak their language and speak all these crazy words in the courtroom to keep me from picking up on that game. But at the end of the day, my game plan is solid. Bottom line is I'm not guilty of this stuff, and I'm not understanding how this even made it to a grand jury status. With my name wrong, with the information wrong, there's no evidence, there's no nothing. So the question is, how did this stuff even make it to grand jury status? I didn't participate in any of the hearings leading up to grand jury. That video court stuff was going on. I told him that it was an inconvenience. You can't hear. There's all types of stuff that was going on with that, but somehow it made it to grand jury status. So there's a lot going on. There's ineffective assistance of counsel that's going on. I'm about to be on my 5th attorney, the public defender, that stands behind me but really don't say much. Landon Tingle, he's quitting the office this week. The public defender I had before that, Michael Van Stegler, I believe he's moved on or moving on to other things. Of course, Glenn Davis, he was flat out horrible. And then with Stan Chavan, he didn't do anything I asked him to do. On top of that, that was a conflict of interest for Stan Chavan to even represent me, because Julia was Stan Chavan's father's caretaker before he passed away, so he should have never even been involved with my case. But somehow he got involved, and I did not ask him to get involved. He called me in the midst of this standoff and then claimed he was going to represent me, but didn't do anything he promised he would do, or anything I asked him to do. So there's a lot of outings and a lot of loopholes for me. It's bright. It sucks that I've been here 5 months, but at the end of the day, God works in mysterious ways. I just want y'all to know things are going to be all right. And I appreciate everybody who supported me.
This call will be terminated in 2 minutes.
I ask y'all to please keep hitting the cash up, man. The phone calls are beautiful. I love talking, as y'all can see. So that costs money when you're in jail. Every word and every phone call costs money. So the cash app, which is $ My Cut Cash, MyCutCash. That's my cash app, My Cut Cash. Appreciate all the supporters. Appreciate everybody who dropped the fire emojis. I just want to say shout out to Team Kendrick, man. Y'all definitely rode with me the whole entire time I've been, protesting for Breonna, trying to get this justice, and then on top of that, being incarcerated myself and having to fight off all the lies and all the people who are spreading rumors and stuff about me. I want to say shout out to the people who who pulled that prank the other day. It was flat out beautiful. We heard about it in the jail. About the fake protest, man. That was so funny. Y'all made people, y'all made the haters.
This call will be terminated in 1 minute.
It was a beautiful prank, man. Shout out to Team Kendrick for that one, man. Y'all really got them. So, I want y'all to know, man, I'm going to keep doing what I got to do. Keep fighting. Don't hang up. I'm going to call back, okay? Just to see if anybody got any questions, and you let me know what's going on as far as questions. You can take some questions. But I'm going to call right back, all right?